right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Mets with 2 on, 1 out in the bottom of the first inning with Pete Alonso, who's been hitting the ball well, coming up to the plate, watching baseball with a couple of Pirate players here, Ethan Norby and Colby Wallace, joining us now inside the Pirate Radio studios. Fellas, how we doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great. You guys have a rooting interest. Did you grow up a fan of anybody, Colby?
The Braves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Ethan, how about you?
Minnesota sports, you know.
Okay.
Yep.
So you and Jarrett's White Sox, the only AL Central teams not in the playoffs this year.
Yeah. We like to not be good a lot of the time, so kind of been used to sucking for a long time.
But your football team's undefeated.
So far.
Somehow, some way. So there you go. All right, we will talk some scrimmages. How's it going out there for the baseball team right now?
They're going good.
Yeah. I agree. Been super competitive. I'd say we're growing a lot as a team. Just kind of seeing what everyone, has been showcased and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's good seeing all the new guys.
Right.
A lot of new pitchers. So
Yeah.
I want to, talk to you about those. I guess for Coach Godwin, Palumbo, and AK, they want to see the progression of everybody and individual improvements. I guess us, for the fans, we want some excitement. So there was a walk-off last Friday, right?
Yeah. Braxton hit the 3-run bomb, end the game.
Yeah.
So, that's what we want as fans. So, a little drama at Clark LeClaire. But, Colby, you mentioned new guys. Ethan, can you kind of go over some names? Who are some new names Pirate fans need to know that have showed up so far during the scrimmages?
I mean, that guy right there, Braxton Trammell, he's been playing his butt off. I mean, he's come in every day, been super consistent. Sean Jenkins.
What position is he?
Third corner infielder.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of all over the place, but switch hitter, got a little juice. He's going to be really good for us. Just new guys in general.
Yeah.
Brett Antolik, sorry. Brad Pruitt, Ryan Towers, all those dudes are going to be studs for us.
How about you, Colby? Any pitchers you faced that have made you struggle a little bit?
Brett and Ryan Towers, they've been really tough
Dyson.
at bats. But Austin Norby, he's had some sure at bats. Yeah, he's looking good. And Roger, he can't have a short at bat to. It's always tough out.
Yeah,
for Roger.
not easy to pitch to him. Just fouling everything off till he gets one he likes.
You fully throwing, Ethan?
Yeah.
You good to go?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I threw 50 last weekend. Probably going to throw another 50 on Friday.
All right. And that's where you want to be this time?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Good deal. How about you, Colby? You throwing it all?
Yeah, I threw 25 last week. Not on purpose, though. Just one inning, though. But, yeah, got up to 25.
Yeah, a little bit of a wild thing going, Rick Vaughn, Colby, with when you throw that gas up there. But how, this offseason when it comes to pitching, kind of what did AK want you to focus on from the pitching perspective?
Kind of getting in the pen a little more because, I wasn't in the pen that much, so we're just trying to get in the pen, work on some few mechanics, but mostly just get work off the mound.
Yeah, because you kind of went in there. We talked about it when you joined us a couple of weeks ago. It was by necessity with the arms going down and things like that. So it's not like you had really planned or practiced to go in, right?
Yeah.
So you were up there just kind of throwing like you're a little league. Hey, go in and pitch.
Yeah, just mostly just getting used to the mound, getting on there more. So.
Yeah, and as far as you, Ethan, it's getting back to full strength. Can you kind of work as far as innings go? Like, you want to throw more as a sophomore than you did a freshman? Like, are there things you can do to make sure your arm is okay to have those extended innings?
Yeah, I think just taking care of it. I think me and AK have had a really good plan set so far, and then with the new strength coach, Hunter Reeves, and Hunter Martin, our new athletic trainer coming in, they've done a really good job at keeping our bodies right, and then just giving us the information we need to stay on top of things.
During this fall ball campaign, what are you doing week to week, getting ready for the weekend scrimmages? What do you guys do kind of Monday through Thursday?
For me, Monday is my off. No, Monday's a medium day, and then I'll throw a bullpen on Tuesday. Just kind of lifting throughout the week, and then Saturday or Friday will be my compete day, and then after that it will just be an off day, and then right back into getting ready for that bullpen on Tuesday again.
How about you, Colby, doing, both pitching and hitting?
Normally just kind of getting a feel of pitches during infield work, like before we throw up and warm, and I just try and get a few, like, my pitches mixed in during warm-ups and then just kind of throwing on the weekend.
And you're still hitting, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how many do you like to see a day or a week as far as BP and things like that?
As
in a cage or even BP?
We see a lot. So
yeah.
I can't even say how many it is, but we got early work, we got on the field, and then when we're not on the field, we're in the cages, so it's a lot.
Again, so football, we hear quarterbacks and receivers like to get together away from practice and work. Like you said, Ethan, you don't want to wear yourself out. So is there anything you do outside of practice regarding baseball, like to improve? Or I guess physically you don't want to throw. So what can you do kind of outside of practice to get better?
That is the one thing I don't like about pitching is that you can't – outside of your practice time, it's hard to practice.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just getting, like, dry reps, working on, like, rotational stuff, going in, do med ball drills, more mobility, stuff like that.
How about you, Colby, from a hitter's perspective? You can obviously take swings outside at a cage. Like, do you do stuff like that?
Yeah, we definitely. I normally just get one or two people, we go and work on our swing, work on mechanics, and try not to do too much to where you get tired, but kind of just getting a feel of your swing.
For other sports, you're certainly watching the opponent. You watch yourself, but I would say for like basketball and football, you're watching the tendencies of your opponent. For baseball, like, do you almost watch yourself more than the opponent? Like, how does film work for baseball? I
mean, we kind of get a weekly scouting report. So start the series on Friday. We'll get their scouting report. Probably we'll get it on Thursday during practice. We'll talk a little bit about it, but it's mainly just kind of going out there and doing our plan,
right.
not letting them dictate. I mean, just obviously knowing what the hitter's strengths are and then not leaving the ball middle, I guess, with most hitters, honestly.
And I guess if there's an issue with mechanics or something, AK can say, look at this, here's what you're doing, those types of things. How about you, Colby, as far as your swing? Have you changed up your stance or anything you do since being here or since you were in high school? What's that like for you?
I've always been kind of a high hands hitter, way up top, and I kind of got them lowered and just kind of making the swing as simple as possible, especially with the pitchers getting better, and it's a hard game.
Yeah, so what was that level like coming in as a freshman? Like the game speeds up or the game, whatever. How are the hitters, I'll ask you first, Ethan, different from, D1 college baseball to, high level travel ball or high school?
I mean, I think high level travel is about the closest thing to it, but you still can't replicate, like, you can't miss. If you miss, like, more than likely the ball, you're going to get punished for that miss. Like, you just have to be on top of your stuff at all times.
Yeah. Josh Groves was very open about the 450-foot bombs he would give up, and all of those, he said, that was on me.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like, that was a few, like, if a hitter hits one outside of the strike zone, you tip your cap or whatever. But would you say that the ones you give up are usually on you for the most part?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Colby, how about you facing these arms in D1?
Yeah, they make few mistakes, so it's kind of like once you get your pitch, you kind of can't miss it. But they're able to throw any pitch and any count, so it's just you can't miss your pitch type of thing.
What is always hear approach? So your approach, is it? How much of a guessing game is it when you're facing a pitcher? How much are you sitting on something rather than you having to react to something?
Well, I mean, you can't be guessing. You got to be on one pitch. You can't be in between a fastball and curveball. You got to be on one pitch, and if a pitcher makes a good pitch, then you just got to deal with it and move on.
Yeah.
You can't change.
Same thing, I guess, for a pitcher, Ethan. Do you get into the mental battle if he's expecting this, we're going to go with this? I mean, you can't.
I mean, most of the time, AK calls all that stuff, and then obviously Walker and J-Dub in years past, but they'll have a little input. But we can shake if we want, but for the most part, I'm pretty bought into what AK is going to call.
How many times have you shaken off a call?
I have not done it.
You said we can shake off if we want, but you have yet to do that, and probably won't do that.
No.
If you did, what would that conversation be like?
I mean, he's pretty like, he doesn't care. Like, just have a conviction in what you're about to throw.
Right. You better have a good reason for it, and hopefully get the out too, or the strike anyway. And I'm guessing you're not shaking off many Cliff's calls.
No, I'm not shaking off.
Yeah, I would stick with that if I were you. Colby Wallace, Ethan Norby joining us, Pirate Radio Studios. If you got a question for the guys, you can get it in. Tyler asking, is Norby adding anything to his arsenal for the season? So have you added any pitches?
I mean, refining the changeup. We didn't really have that last year, and then more of a four seam at the top of the zone type pitch. But other than that, nothing crazy.
Colby, I think we asked you this last time you were here, but just remind us how many pitches are you throwing, and what are you adding, if anything?
I'm a 3-pitch guy. I'm fastball, trying to get right at the top, and then I'm throwing my slider more this year, and then my cutter.
Ethan, I'll ask both you guys, who are the pitchers who are your favorite guys to watch? Maybe emulate if you can, but your favorite guys to watch throw in the bigs?
I mean, my favorite pitcher growing up has always been Clayton Kershaw. But as a lefty, I'd say Turk Skubal has been unreal.
Man, that dude is bad.
Dude's nasty.
Yeah.
I'd say those two guys probably.
How about you, Colby?
I'm a Braves fan, so I always love watching Max Fried go out there. So
hopefully we see him again in a Brave uniform.
Definitely.
That was hopefully that wasn't his last outing last week. How about these playoffs? You guys been keeping up with them?
Honestly, not really,
No?
but I'm hoping for the next when we get to this championship series, I'll dial in on that.
Yeah. You've been watching it all, Colby?
My roommate's a big Mets fan, so we've been watching all those.
If it wasn't for you guys, I asked, did you want to watch Tigers, Guardians, or this game? You said this game. If it wasn't for that, I would not be watching this because I hate the Phillies, I hate the Mets, and this is the first second of this series that I've watched. So when my team's gone, I kind of get out of it. Yeah. But yeah, hey, credit to both of these teams. I really thought the Mets. In fact, I think I heard one of you say the Mets choke.
Yeah,
you,
I did say that, yeah.
I really thought that Monday, where the Braves had to play them twice, that I thought that was going to be the choke of all chokes.
Yeah,
but
I really thought it was going to be.
Man, Mets got the win there, go to the playoffs, and they are the hot team. In fact, it's been kind of the two teams with nothing to lose, Mets and Tigers. It looks like they're both going to keep on advancing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, it's pretty special to see that stuff.
Yeah, playing free, kind of.
Getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what it's all about. All right, gentlemen. So what's on the docket for you guys? More scrimmaging coming up this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just drafted teams. So
Purple Gold World Series?
Sort of.
Kinda.
It's not really a purple gold, but it's kind of you get a little bit more stakes into things.
All right. Who did the drafting? Do you?
Jake Hunter for Team Perp and Riley Johnson for Team Gold.
Really enjoyed talking to Jake last year. How's he doing right now?
He's doing good. He's back to throwing. He's been throwing for like 2 weeks now. He's doing really well.
That's awesome. Almost from the time he got hurt, like almost sounds like he's ahead of schedule or whatever. Like, that's great to hear.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Johnny says, hey, Colby went to several Tom Sox games. Seemed like Nick played every position except pitcher and catcher. Where are we most likely to see him play this season?
Well, he's been working in the middle infield, but definitely at shorter second. So, I mean, he looks solid at both.
Yeah.
All right. I will say he doesn't look like a middle infielder in the outfield. He actually looks like an athlete.
He can play pretty good out there.
Dixon Williams told us he's been playing some short.
Yes,
so
sir.
Kind of experimenting, or maybe a look at the future. I don't know.
That is one thing as a pitcher you see is like everyone plays everywhere. Like you really don't know. Like all the middle infield guys are gonna take reps at every spot.
And the Pirates over the years very, very good defensively, and that has to make a pitcher feel good when you're on the mound, right?
Yeah.
Coach Palumbo is going to have those guys in the infield doing their thing. All right, fellas. Well, thank you all for hanging out. We'll catch up again a couple weeks from now, but good luck this weekend, and we'll talk again soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ethan Norby, Colby Wallace joining us here in the Pirate Radio Studios.